is Paul Nichols, and I'm the founder of the Communities for Veterans Foundation. We left Victoria on April 13th with 8 horses, and we're headed for St. John's, Newfoundland. The idea is to include as many contemporary veterans as I can on my ride, and reintroduce the Canadian people to our contemporary veterans, and reintroduce them to their veterans. So, and the way we're doing it is, my wife is a therapeutic riding instructor. She puts me through a quick riding lesson, and they come and join me, 2 or 3 at a time, and then they join me on a leg of the ride through their own communities.
We're taking as many trails as we can. We can find a trail.
And my belief is that, and what I hear every day from my riders, is that we know that the Canadian people love their troops. It's just so often we think of a veteran, we think of the 93-year-old man that stormed the beaches of Normandy, and maybe we forget about the other 3 generations that have served since the Second World War. And honestly, we've done a hard job for this country, and in that time of transition, when we leave the military, we leave that close, tight brotherhood, that family where there is that strong support. We transition out of there back into our communities. There's a disconnect, and that's when we question the value of our service, the value of the hard work, the sacrifice, and the effort. And when we start to question that, then that's when kind of the demons, if they're there, and they start to raise their heads, and we struggle. And without that support from community, some of those troops will lose their way, and that's when we see like the horrible symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder and operational stress injuries, and that's when we see them losing the battle, and the result is veteran suicide. So yeah, that's my ride, is include as many as I can, reintroduce Canadian people, and let them support their own. I was in Croatia and Bosnia. I actually started out, I was born in Campbellford, Ontario, so this is a bit of a homecoming for me. I started out with the Hastings Infantry Artillery Regiment as a reservist when I was still in high school. I moved west and joined the Calgary Highlanders, another reserve infantry unit. And then I went from there to the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. I served 8 years, and with that I was in Croatia and Bosnia. I served in the Medak Pocket. And from Croatia I came home, went to the battle school, so I spent a couple years in Wainwright instructing infantry courses, instructing machine gun courses. And that was honestly like a real high point in my career. I really enjoyed that. And then when Terry and I decided that we were going to start having kids, and we made the choice for me to leave the military, and I transitioned back into life in Cornwall, British Columbia. It's a small town, about 20,000 people, and with no connection with the military. And that's when my battle started, just during that time of transition.
How's the corn coming?
Wayne had it already in there when I got here 20 minutes or more ago. It should be all ready anytime.
Well, it's kind of a cool story. I was in a little shop in Vancouver, and there was a woman who recognized Reginald Crest on my jacket for what it was. And she asked me if I was in the Canadian Army. I said yes. Look, I'm cleared out now, but yes, I was. And she went on to share her story of living through the siege of Sarajevo. I didn't serve in Sarajevo, but I was in the northern part of Croatia and through Bosnia. But she went on to share her story of living through the siege. They faced machine gun fire, they faced sniper fire every time they went outside. They were starving, they burnt their furniture to keep warm. And it was Canadian troops that brought them aid. It was Canadian troops that helped break that siege, and it was Canadian troops that eventually got her out. When she found her way to Canada and settled into her life here, she was always very grateful for the service of Canadians. And when she shared that thank you with me, she was crying and I was crying, and I'm thinking we're making a scene in this little shop, and the people in the lineup behind us, they were crying, and And I realized then that there is power in a shared story, and I got to share that. I have to give my brothers an opportunity to have that same life-changing moment that I had, and so that's what I'm doing with my ride. I'm reintroducing the Canadian people to their veterans and giving the Canadian people an opportunity to recognize our vets for who they are. We're getting traction and it's exciting. I think we had to build some momentum coming through the West. Hometown support was fantastic. It was a hard slog through the mountains and getting through British Columbia. I got a whole new respect for the people that pioneered this country. That gets a hard go on horseback. But, the prairies were fantastic, but we're really now, I think we've been at it long enough that we've gained some credibility, and I'm crossing Canada on horseback and people are believing it. And so I'm getting some great support.
Yeah. So the one horse that came all the way from BC, actually that's okay.
And then we had a guy pull over in a pickup and get out. And he's like, "Are you Paul?" Yeah, I'm Paul. And he's like, "You got to keep riding, man. You're doing a great job. You're reaching further than you think." And then he just got back in his car and he left. And it's just like it's. And I hear that so often. I've had hundreds of serving military and our ex-military, like our veterans. I hear it just about every day now. Someone stops me in the road. I had one guy a week ago. He was standing on the side of the road. Just he was wearing just like a BPCLI jacket and standing there on the side of the road, big bushy beard. He just handed me up a bag of apples, and I was like, "Thanks, troop." And he was like, "Carry on." So it's like there was really no big, huge exchange, and it's just like,
It's one of those moments keeps you going.
and that's it. Like that feeds me.
He only has horse.